Blog Post 6, ALS and Chestnut Branch Trail and Your pH Levels, September 20th, 2010.
These pictures are all from the Chestnut Branch Trail hike we took yesterday. This 6-mile hike offered some very interesting photo ops. The second picture is of the scariest looking timber rattlesnake I have ever seen, period. He was bright yellow, and my brother, Rye, almost stepped on him before he noticed the angry little fellow. The rattlesnake kills its prey with a hemotoxic venom, which destroys blood cells and muscle tissue. Lurking in the shadows of your own body system, you too may also have toxins that could be harming you. The color of the snake reminded me of the pH testing I am currently doing. The testing is simple and fairly cheap. You buy the pH test kits at the local health food store or online, and simply urinate on them to see if you are more acidic or alkaline. It is very common for most Americans to have more of an acidic system than alkaline, because we tend to eat more acidic food, beer, wine, coffee, tea, cheese, meats, and less alkaline foods, which are usually fruits and vegetables. It is important for your body to have a more alkaline-based system than acidic. The test kits that I have show up yellow on the strip if you are too acidic, and blue if you are where you want to be on the alkaline side. To find out what you should be eating to balance your body's pH, just simply look up a food chart with the pH of the foods online. You might be surprised at what you find. Did you know that tomatoes are a very alkaline food, and so are lemons and limes? Everyone should give their system a test, and see if your diet needs some improvements. So far, the hiking is going very well. My knee brace, from New Orleans, worked out very well yesterday. I still struggle going downhill, but I can make it. I can do about 2 uphill miles, as quick as every 1 downhill mile. The map is filling up with blue lines. We highlight what we have done so far, 42.6 miles. That only leaves about 857.4 miles to go.
Blog Post 7, ALS and Road Prong Trail plus your healthcare providers, September 21st, 2010.
The picture to the left is of our local dentist office. I took the picture earlier this spring, before I ever even dreamed of going back to a dentist. Since being diagnosed with ALS, I have decided to do a complete mind and body health care makeover, and one thing on the list was my teeth. I just got back from a visit with them this morning. The wonderful staff did an excellent job of taking care of our needs. In fact, I can say that it was the most stress-free dentist visit of my life. They compensated for my needs associated with ALS and were extremely professional and friendly to me throughout my entire visit. Blue Ridge Dental, Waynesville, North Carolina. My plan of dealing with ALS has lots of picky rules. Avoiding toxins and stress is a #1 priority. So, anywhere I go I have special needs. Everywhere from restaurants to the dentist office, I am always asking for small alterations. For instance, today I had to ask for a different numbing medication for my procedure. Last night at my wife's uncle, George's, birthday dinner, I had to ask the server if the meal was entirely organic and free range. We called beforehand, to make sure, and we double-checked once we got there and it was Purple Onion, Saluda, North Carolina. Along your journey in life you should investigate what is going into your body. Everything from the water you drink to the shampoo you use on your head should be questioned. Going all natural is the only way to go for us. It is an expensive ordeal, but the price you pay if you don't change could mean precious time lost off of your life. As far as your healthcare provider goes, you should be completely satisfied with who you are seeing and paying to take care of you. If you aren't satisfied, then go find somebody else. Our first neurologist wasn't what we were looking for, so we found somebody else. It was a good move and we are so much happier with our current neurologist. In fact, having a healthcare provider that doesn't elevate your stress may actually prolong your life as well. So, make sure every one of your healthcare providers is providing you with the quality of healthcare that you desire. And remember that what goes into your body is very much a part of your health. So, that means that in a way, restaurants are part of your healthcare providers as well. If they can't offer you completely organic food, I would stay at home and cook all of my meals. The hiking photos are from the road prong trip I took with my brother, Rai, before I visited anyone about my problems. The bridge you see is going over the upper west prong of the Little Pigeon in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. A few years ago I was able to kayak down that stretch of water. The run drops 1,097 feet in 3.4 miles and is one of the most difficult runs in the southeast. Now, I have difficulty just walking across the bridge. Your life changes dramatically once you have been diagnosed with a motor neuron disease. But, it doesn't mean your life is over yet. It probably, however, means that your old life and capabilities are over. Learning to adapt to changes is an important quality that you need to have in order to deal with your new problem. Don't be afraid to explore new options because there are plenty out there. Just investigate everything and ask lots of questions and see what you can dig up.
Blog Post 8, ALS and Asbury Trail Plus Research, September 23, 2010.
I learned a very valuable lesson yesterday on the Asbury Trail. That lesson was, make sure you do some in-depth research prior to any action. The Asbury Trail is a trail that the Boy Scouts use in order for the members to earn merit badges. This particular trail does run through the Smokies, but it is not considered part of the park's 900 miles of trails. After setting a 7.9-mile, 1,651 feet elevation gain shuttle, my wife dropped me off at the trailhead. I wandered around for an hour or more before I realized that the trail simply dead ends into a laurel thicket. The Boy Scouts look like they have not been there in many years and are definitely not maintaining the trail. So, in order for me to get back to my vehicle, I had to make the long 8-mile walk back to the car on a gravel road, instead of the 3-mile loosely planned hike. I did learn a valuable lesson from the experience though. Make sure you research everything that you are doing prior to doing it: medications, treatments, studies, financial help, etc. Everything should be looked at closely before doing it. Make good decisions based off of good information and you will most likely avoid any extra stress from chasing down anything that may be misleading. On another note, we did go out to eat the other night with my mother, sister, her husband, brother, and niece. We found a local restaurant that served local farm-to-table organic food. That means that I now have a place to eat it, in Saluda, Highlands, Waynesville, and Asheville. Good news for anyone who enjoys getting together for a good time with family and friends. The picture above is of the Weeping Angel, in a cemetery, in NOLA. I won't tell you which cemetery it is or even what grave it is located at. I will however tell you that it is very fun to spend the time finding it and well worth it when you do.
Blog Post 9, ALS and Henwallow Falls Plus Pals Encounter September 29, 2010.
Yesterday, we went on a long-awaited hike. It feels like we haven't gone in such a long time, due to all of the recent family events. Last weekend our good friends, Lizzie and Daniel, got married in Asheville, North Carolina. It was a wonderful weekend and we had such a great time seeing everyone. One matter that did come up on several different occasions was people asking to go hiking with us. Since then I have set up a new email account specifically for this purpose, DC. Most of the hikes we go on are determined daily, but in some cases I can plan way ahead. Just let me know a few weeks or days ahead of time and we can set something up. I would love to hike with anyone who wants to go. So far, the other participants have been my wife, Natalie Cowan, my brother, Ry Cowan, my sister, Sierra Blackwood, and her daughter, Rose. I am also happy to announce that my wife's father, Doug Matthews, is flying all the way up from New Orleans to hike with us on Saturday. A little bit of information about yesterday's hike. We took a hike to view Hen Wallow Falls. The trail was beautiful. We went after a few days of rain, making for a better creek hike. The water was up and the falls were flowing but only barely. The creek is only about the size of a small drainage ditch. Anyway, we had a great time and heard some interesting things from another person on the trail. This guy was with his grandson and they were busy looking for their hunting dogs. We told them that we had seen the dogs about 5 miles back. So, they turned around and walked back out with us. Along the way he asked what was wrong with my knee. So, I told him. It turns out that his brother had died from ALS 2 years ago. Now, what are the chances of that? We now know of at least 6 people within a 50-mile radius that have been diagnosed with ALS in the past 7 years, 1 from Cherokee, 2 from Silva, 3 from Waynesville, and this guy's brother from Cosby, Tennessee. It makes us wonder whether or not there is something in the environment that is causing all of these problems. One final note before I leave. Yesterday's hike pushed us to a total of 50.4 miles, a small step towards our goal. Now, we just have to double that, and then repeat it 8 more times, and we will be done. Haha, easier said than done, right? See you on the trail.
Blog Post 10, ALS and Appalachian Trail Section, Road Prong to Clingman's Dome, November 1st, 2010.
This past week the rain has been coming down at a slow but steady rate. We felt like it would clear up enough for a hike in the highlands though, so we headed towards the highest peak on the Appalachian Trail, and guess what? It's in the Smokies. The rain let up, just enough, to make this hike enjoyable, although we did get very wet. The 3 people you see to the left are, of course, me, my wife Natalie, and our friend, Amy Schmidt. Since we have started dealing with the ALS diagnosis, we have had a tremendous amount of help from our family and friends. In fact, while we were on this hike, my older half-sister, Melissa, was also getting wet on a backpacking trip in the Balsam Mountain Range. However, her husband, Kirk Smith, was not with her. He was busy working on our new dining room. He and a few of his friends have been very busy working on this great new project for the last couple of weeks. The new addition to the home provides easy wheelchair access and of course a wonderful place to spend time with our wonderful family and friends. While I am not currently in a wheelchair, I am planning on being in one sometime in the future. We feel like it is best to plan for the future, which can be scary. However, with all of the help and love from our family, it doesn't seem like it is going to be unbearable. We are very excited about the new room, and we thank everyone who has helped us with that project. We also are very grateful for everything else that people have been doing for us along our journey. Thanks so much. Trail update. Yesterday added 6.5 miles to our 50.4, making the total 56.9.